What is up, YouTube family? We are back with another video. Say hi, everybody. Hey!
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't be replaced. So come now, cause what you do, that's not mine. Still my love for you, and please you any way I can. I wish in my world that you understand. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give it all day long. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a million.
Alright, so this video that I'm dropping today for you guys is going to be based on misconceptions in starting a hotshot trucking business. So throughout my years in the trucking industry, I have heard a lot of people ask me about certain things and tell me about certain things, and I want to address those because a lot of people have misconceptions when they start a hotshot company, and this is why this business is going down the drain, unfortunately. We want to stop that. I want to equip you guys if you are thinking of starting a hotshot business, or maybe you've started it already and you're trying to stay afloat. These things hopefully will help you in your endeavors. I hope it does. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry. Or maybe you knew this already. But if there's anything you guys would like to add, be sure to comment down below. Let's get the conversation started. Alright, so first misconception, and this is the biggest thing, and this is the biggest issue that I see people have, and I don't want your safety ratings to go down because of it. So here is one of my first misconceptions that I see a lot of people have, and unfortunately their safety ratings plummet because of it, and in certain situations they get shut down for it. So that is the misconception that you can haul heavy loads as long as you have a CDL or you have a CDL driver that's driving your equipment. No, no, no. In order for you to run CDL loads with a CDL driver in your hotshot setup, just because it's set up for CDL hotshot does not mean that you are CDL ready. There are certain things that trucks that operate heavy loads have to be in compliance for, and the company and the equipment has to be CDL certified. So what do I mean by that? Number one of the biggest things is your truck rating. You have to register your truck with your tag agency to be able to carry over 10,000 pounds. All right, that's the first thing. Number two, you have to have your truck registered for IFTA. This means, especially when you're crossing state lines, that your truck is regulated as a CDL truck. Your driver has to be registered with the FMCSA, and so on and so forth. Not to mention, these heavy loads can cause a lot of wear and tear on your equipment. So even though we have the most basic CDL hotshot setups where you have a 3500 Ram and a certain trailer, make sure that your trailer can handle it, make sure your truck can handle it, and most importantly, make sure you are financially prepared for the breakdowns when they happen. Not if, when, because they're gonna happen. That brings me into the next misconception. Heavy hauling and oversized loads make a lot of money, and you should run heavier loads in order to make a good amount of money. Yes and no. So depending on the load, you can make a substantial amount of money, but we need to stop looking at the big numbers and getting excited. Because just because we see a big number and a big payout does not mean all of that will go into our pocket. You have to take into consideration the cost that it takes to register through each state to run that heavy load, the cost that it's going to take you to run the distance. Make sure that if you're running heavy loads and oversized loads, you have the proper setup, the proper banners, you're registered through the state to run those heavy loads, you know the right routes that you're going through, because if a DOT officer stops you and you're in the wrong, you have the potential to get shut down or get lots of points on your safety rating. And not to mention, the cost of running heavier loads might actually be more than what it is to just run short runs. So you always got to look at your cost per mile. You always have to take into consideration what expenses you have, how much the load is paying, and so on and so forth. Third misconception: a DOT is not needed if you're running locally. Yes, in the FMCSA regulations, you don't need a DOT to run within state lines. It's only for interstate commerce. However, you need to know your state laws and regulations too, because the majority of states in the US, I think it's like 39 or 40 states, do require you, in fact, to have a DOT, even if you're running within state lines. I mean, that's even if you have a food truck, a commercial operated vehicle. So be sure to check with your state laws before you think that that's okay. And I have a link that I'll link down below that gives you the guidance on those regulations so you can be more prepared. And last and final misconception: when you get your Hotshot business up and running, you can start running loads right away. Now, unless you have a direct relationship with a shipper or a broker that already knows your credibility, that knows your professionalism, and they trust how you're going to be operating your business, then you have a problem, Houston. Because for a business that no one knows, that no one is familiar with, you're brand new, you don't know a broker, you don't know a shipper, you don't know anyone in the industry, you're just starting out. For you, while there are brokers that will work with you, there's very few and far in between. And those brokers tend to be the more sketchy ones, the ones who have low ratings for payouts, the ones that never pay. You don't want to be in that boat, so you want to be careful of who it is that you're working with. Also, always check their credit ratings. Even shippers, check their credit. Check their credit. As a broker, when I'm working with a new shipper, I make sure their credit is A1, because I want to make sure that I can pay out the trucks that are running those loads for me. Most of these brokers and some shippers require you to have an MC and a DOT that's at least 60 to 90 days old. And actually, a lot of more prominent businesses are asking for 6 months to even a year of active authority before they work with you. And active authority doesn't mean just active without insurance. It means active, you're paying for insurance, your trucks are running fully active. Some companies also require you to have DOT inspections, random DOT inspections, not the ones that you can just go and pay for. Random DOT inspections, they require you to have 1 to 6 inspections on your safety before they will even blink at you. Now, a bonus misconception: anyone can run this business without a CDL. While that's true, you have to be familiar with the electronic logbook, the logbooks. You have to know how all of that works. You have to know the rules when getting into the game, because when you don't know the rules, you mess it up for us all. You mess it up for us all. And when you don't know the rules, you yourself is going to have a hard time keeping your business afloat. You know, while anyone in fact can operate a Hotshot, there are certain qualities that you need to have in order for your business to last. You have to know your numbers. Biggest thing, know your numbers, know your cost per mile, and be prepared for unexpected expenses. That means you have money saved up for those unforeseen circumstances. You can buy tires if your truck breaks down. You can fix the trailer if anything goes wrong, fix your truck if anything goes wrong. You have to maintain professionalism. I cannot stress that enough. If somebody calls me to run one of my loads and they're like, yeah, I'm hanging up on you, period. And it works for you in the long run. When you know how to present yourself, you have a better chance of getting shippers for your company. That way you don't even have to work with brokers. You have to be able to make decisions quickly. And being able to make decisions quickly means having a certain knowledge of certain things. And lastly, you have to be prepared with plan A, B, C, and D in case anything goes wrong. So I hope that information is beneficial for you guys. I will be linking some things down below. If you're trying to get started in the hotshot industry, I have an ebook that's on sale, so definitely check that out. Get it, read it, get all the information that you can. I do truck consultations, so if you'd like to book one with me, go ahead. I'll leave all that information down in the link below, and I'll leave that link for the FMCSA website. Get familiar with that website because it's going to help you in the long run when you're operating your business. I wish you all success. I wish you all blessings, peace, love, and all the above.